Welcome to today's episode of Black Plague Precision, where we talk about the last rifle grip you're ever going to need. Here's my final thoughts, guys. If you don't want to watch the whole video, well, here's my final thought. This is the last grip you're ever going to need. That is the truth. The positioning for it, the size of it, the options for thumb rest are impeccable, and it works on most long-range precision systems. I think all, but I don't want to say all because I could be wrong. So if you're just here to find out, well, is this the truth? Is it the best grip you can ever get? Yes. Now I put out some preliminary videos. Check those out. We did an unboxing, we did an initial thoughts, but this is the final thoughts. And if you want to know the final thoughts, then this is your opportunity. Now let's talk about the size of it. Now when we're talking about the size, it is much smaller than the MDT ACC grip that I had on it. The MDT ACC grip is far more robust, and it feels like a much sort of thicker piece of rubber that's on there, and it fits in the entirety of my palm. Now, I thought I really liked that, and I mean, I do like it. It feels nice, it feels comfortable, almost like a pillow that sits in your hand. But what I noticed is because it's sitting in my hand and my grip is like this, that I potentially was pushing a little bit, trying to get that full grip around. And I was always constantly thinking about my trigger finger, trying to remember, put it in the right position, because my hand just didn't naturally sit in the right positioning for that. So this grip is much smaller, but it's smaller in the right places. It sits right here and it sits right here, and there's sort of a little gap right here. And what that does is that allows me to pull directly back so that I'm having that shot stay directly in line. There's no left to right movement. So I will say that grip size really mattered on this, and I even had my wife test it out. The other grip was far too big for her. It's big for my big hands and way too big for hers. This one actually fits in her hand very comfortably. So I would say size is really the first big benefit. To me, it feels like it puts your hand in the right position to be able to initiate your shot without having to consider it. Now, number two, the thumb shelf. Now, the thumb shelf is amazing. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual sizes, okay? There's multiple size thumb shelves that you can use for your hand and thumb size. Now, I have a pretty big thumb. And so I was having a lot of trouble with the one that came on it, and I had to use the very big one. And when I did that, it covered my entire thumb and actually gave me a little more space. So my thumb fits on it perfectly. Now, that's obviously the first and most powerful positioning for me, right? I just wanted somewhere that was going to put my thumb down, because on the ACC Premier, there is no thumb shelf per se on there, but there is a little ledge that you can put your thumb on. And what happens is I put my thumb up and I feel like it drops my wrist, okay? And I don't like that, okay? Because it drops my wrist and then I feel like my hand's not aligned. And when I put my thumb down like this, it picks my thumb up, it picks my wrist up, and I feel like I'm in the right positioning off from the very start. So I always wanted my thumb down. That was something that I realized was a problem for a very long time for me. I like that positioning because I feel like it adjusts my wrist in the right place. Now I want to show you guys something. This is my trigger finger, okay? I want it straight across. I put my thumb up like this, and I felt like I was sort of doing, my finger was picking up a little bit. And so what I wanted was that right here. I wanted this aligned so my finger would naturally come over. And that's my second part of how amazing this thumb rest is. That the way that it's positioned is my thumb sits on it and my finger wraps around it. And because my finger wraps around it, it creates this natural position for me to be at a 90 degrees, which is where you want your finger when you're shooting. And it's far enough away that it puts my finger right in the middle of the trigger. That's exactly where I want it. So not only does it give me a thumb rest, it picks my wrist up, it lines my finger in the right positioning, it gives me a 90, and then it puts my finger right exactly where the trigger wants to be, which I know this doesn't seem like it's a big deal. But the fact is that when you're out shooting and you're trying to get the reps in so you don't think about it, you're just performing it. When I constantly had to think about, is my hand in the right position, it was a problem. Okay. I'm trying to eliminate as many of those barriers as I can. And from the small amount of time that I've actually had behind this, dry firing, behind it, being at the 1,000 yard range and the 100 yard range, I can say with 100% certainty, I do not have to think about where my finger is going to be. As long as it's on the grip, I have my thumb in the right place, which it's just straight down. It puts my finger in the exact positioning I need to be so I can take that shot. So I'm going to say that from that standpoint, I mean, that's the big winner of the day is that number two, that second reason for us, that's winning it for me. Okay. Now, number three, the last reason is the price point. Something like this, I expected it to be a lot more expensive. It's actually very affordable. And when you're getting into this industry and you realize that things are very expensive, the more competitive you get in it, when you can find products that are at a reasonable price that make such a large impact, you have to jump on them. So for me, this is 100% a win. The last rifle grip you're going to ever need. And even if you're not in it for competition and you're just out there hunting or you just want to go out there and you want to whoop on your friends, this is the perfect little upgrade that's going to make a huge impact to what you're doing. So for me, this is the last rifle grip I'm ever going to need. You guys let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. If you guys like the videos that I'm putting out or you guys want to see something different, let me know. My goal is to create videos that make shooting entertaining and easy to understand. Please subscribe to all my social media accounts. Please subscribe, please share, and keep watching. I appreciate a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.